Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're driving on the Northern Coastal Highway. Now this road connects you from Port Antonio to Ocho Rios to Ocho Rios to Trelawney to Montego Bay to Negril. This is the longest highway in Jamaica. It's 225 kilometers in length. Now the government is planning to upgrade a section of this road, not the entire road, just a section from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios. So they are going to spend about 124 billion Jamaican dollars to expand the highway from 2 lanes to 4 lanes in between Montego Bay and Ocho Rios. So somebody had asked a question, a subscriber, that actually a few people asked a question. Why is the government expanding this highway from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios? They should expand the section from Montego Bay to Negril because that road isn't as good as the road between Montego Bay and Ocho Rios. But the answer is the Montego Bay to Ocho Rios leg is the most used section of the highway. It's the busiest section of the highway. So that is why they are expanding that section first. Now they're taking it from 2 lanes to 4 lanes. They're making it a dual carriageway. And they're putting in bypasses for Discovery Bay, Runaway Bay, and I'm not 100% sure if they're doing one for Priory, but something definitely has to be done. Unless not sure. I've heard a bypass for Priory and then some other releases don't have a bypass for Priory. But nonetheless, that's what their highway is all about, the expansion. So this project is going to go through NROC, although it's not a toll road. This is not a toll road, but it will go through the National Road Operation and Construction Company, NROC. They plan to upgrade 60 kilometers of the roadway. 60 kilometers. Now remember, the entire highway is 225 kilometers, but they're only going to upgrade 60 kilometers. At this time. They will probably do the rest at another time. So the 60 kilometers, now we're going to break it down. Its project is going to be done in 3 segments. Segment 1 will be from Sea Castles to Greenwood, and that would be 6.8 kilometers. So Sea Castles is in Montego Bay or St. James to Greenwood, which is also in St. James. Now phase 2, and that is 6.8 kilometers of roadway that is going to be expanded. In phase 2, you're going to have Greenwood to Discovery Bay. Now Greenwood is in St. James, Discovery Bay is in St. Anne. So this is going to be the largest section. It is 40.7 kilometers. Now this section is going to go from St. James through Trelawney into St. Anne. And then the third section is going to be from Salem, which is just on the outskirts of Runaway Bay, to Miami Bay, which is 12.3 kilometers. So one of the main reasons before we do that, the bypasses now. So 2 bypasses will be built. It's going to be a 4-lane bypass, and it will be for Discovery Bay and Runaway Bay. So if you notice the 3 sections, section 2 finishes in Discovery Bay, but section 3 starts in Runaway Bay. So the bypasses will connect everything, or the roadway. So they have here now 2 bypasses, one for Discovery Bay, one for Runaway Bay. But some of the releases have a bypass for Priory. So we'll see what happens. And this is going to be the biggest public investment in Jamaican history, recent Jamaican history. Now, the highway is going to be expanded from 2 to 4 lanes. And the reason for this is 85% of all the tourists that come into Jamaica come in through the Sangster International Airport. The Sangster International Airport is the busiest airport in Jamaica. And when the tourists come in, there are 3 places that they go. Montego Bay, they stay in Montego Bay where you have a lot of hotels. The second most visited place is Ocho Rios. So that's why the highway is going from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios. Then along the stretch on the north coast, you have Trelawney, where they are building so many hotels. You have Runaway Bay. They're actually building hotels in Runaway Bay. You have Discovery Bay, a lot of villas along that stretch of road, especially in Discovery Bay. And then you have Draxall, which is the fastest growing community in Jamaica, also within the Montego Bay to Ocho Rios section. So in Ocho Rios, you also have the 3 most visited tourist attractions in Jamaica: Dunn's River Falls, Dolphin Cove, and Mystic Mountain. So that is why this roadway is so busy. And Ocho Rios is a major tourist town. Ocho Rios is so large, it should be a city. But we'll talk about that in another video. So the government is now in the planning stage. They plan to start this project this year. Now, the contractor is China Harbour Engineering Company. I mean, based on what happened on the Southern Coastal Highway, it's only logical that, let's not even go there. China Harbour Engineering Company is the contractor. Now, the government is financing this project through the budget. That doesn't mean they're putting all the 120 billion up front. They probably will get loans, etc. But the government of Jamaica is funding this project. And it's needed because the North Coast is booming with activity. Over 20,000 hotel rooms are going to be built in the next couple of years. I think it's 8,000 hotel rooms that are under construction now, all on the North Coast. Mark, you have some in the Negril and Hanover area, but the majority of the activities on the North Coast. Alright guys, thanks for taking a tour with us today. We're just giving you an update on the North Coast Highway upgrade and why it is this section between Montego Bay and Ocho Rios is being upgraded first. Alright guys, have a good day. Remember to leave your comments in the section below.